You can see here my tweet that got no coverage because no views because I am the most shadow banned man on planet Earth. And what do we have here in my tweet? Well, I noticed this on Fox News and now elsewhere. Winter of love is what we're hearing the cucks out there refer to the anti-white terrorism and pogroms, as I write here, which is the demographic warfare, so typical of cucks. I say, why don't the demonic leftists ever call Trump's mass deportations of third world scientists the deportations of love? Because they aren't as Claudine Gay and cucked as Con Inc. grifters. True to form, these optics cucks, conservative leaders, are now sarcastically calling the anti-white pogroms and terrorist assaults on ICE agents the winter of love. Too scared to admit that it's demographic warfare waged against us by anti-whites. They'll always sell out to their donors while American lives are ruined. If you haven't seen this tweet, head on over to my account on X, which is No White Guilt NWG, @ No White Guilt NWG, and give it a like and give it a retweet. I am the most shadow banned man on earth because the only thing the system fears is a positive white identity. White people coming together on the basis of our birth and objecting to our victimization. What makes it doubly worse for us here in service to white well-being is that our tools work in the service of that objective. And so they shadow ban the tools as well, the concepts, the arguments. So you got to make sure that you become the algorithm. Everything is done to hamper and undermine the work that we're doing here. While cucks are out there with their sarcasm, which is this sarcasm has a place every now and again in like normal relation, maybe even every now and again, like I call them scientists, every now and again in a muted way, in a oblique way, it can have its place just to add a little spice to the ideas that are being communicated. But when your sarcasm is your substance, you're a loser. You're a cuck leader loser. They do this because they're too afraid to face the reality. They do this because the anti-white immoral imperative is the social morality of the West. And so they don't want to be seen as immoral. So instead, they resist calling our victimizers anti-white, even though that's what they are in every case. And we could demonstrate that and argue that successfully against everyone in every case. They resist that because, number one, they're measuring their morality by the social morality of the West, which is the anti-white immoral metric. And so they don't want to be seen as immoral. Number two, they're cowards. So instead of calling it what it actually is, anti-white terrorism, instead of calling it what it actually is, they want to use this sarcasm, these euphemisms of really dysphemism, a winter of love, summer of love. I've people who do this should have the spit slapped out of their mouth in World of Warcraft. And if you do it in the real world, well, then that's not on me, that's on you. But I mean, that's where my sentiment is. A nice little backhand to handle these children in adult bodies. They need to learn. We have to stop with the euphemisms about our slaughter, calling our rapes, calling the gang rape of our women grooming a positive. Again, this is the cowardice. And so why does it matter? Because your conscious mind is useless. Your conscious mind lives maybe 0.5 or 1% of your life. Your subconscious mind, where ideas are stored, where memories are stored, where learning is stored, lives 99 point whatever for the individual part of your life. And so Love is a positive thing. Love is in the subconscious mind as a positive thing in all cases. So when you refer to this, you think you're being witty. Oh, consciously, I know it's not about love. And then it's gone. And then your entire physiological response to it is positive. Do you understand? You cuck losers who are calling this a winter of love. Your entire physiological response, the entire emotional load that is put on you by the subconscious mind is what's generating all of this. The entire subconscious mind, that's what's generating all of how you're going to act, treat, how often it's going to turn in your head. If you were calling the, I mean, why don't the Jews call it the Holocaust of love? Why don't they do that? Because they're not as dumb as you losers that are in the leadership of the conservative movement. That's why. I wonder why they don't call it the Holocaust of love. That white people, if these coward cucks remain as the defense for our people against anti-whiteism, we'll be down to the last 100 white people on planet Earth. And they'll still be using euphemisms for our butchery, our slaughter, our gang rape, our ritualistic murder. These people disgust me. So here's a image of some of the winter of love. This is downtown Minneapolis. Well.
You have arrived.
Looks like Detroit. It's barren. It's wasteland. Somebody's actually started a campfire under the awning at a gas station that's been abandoned. Probably enough fumes in those tanks to send these people to Mars. But hey, this is what love looks like. And it's because of the hubris of the conscious mind that it thinks, and therefore the individual thinks, that it exercises maximal control, that it has this supremacy over the rest of the mind. It doesn't. You interrupt very briefly from time to time with your conscious mind what the rest of your brain is doing and living your life as. You interrupt it. I've been communicating this idea for decades. I'm right. And you know what's going to happen? Some pencil dick academic is going to come along and he's going to say the same thing. And then he'll make $1 million off his book about it. Or he'll come along and he'll say, well, if you take these 10 other scientists, ultimately they're saying the same thing that Jason is saying. And so therefore, Jason has said nothing. And then I will pencil dick, we'll put it into a book, and I'll be interviewed on Fox, and everybody will quickly forget